Good morning one and all. This is Ramaut Mohan. Welcome to KANISHKA IAS. So today we'll be discussing about a concept in science and technology. Right. So the basic concept is condensation. So a small drop with a big role actually. So the water drops are playing a great role in the condensation. So the concept is like here. From a cold bottle to the clouds, condensation keeps life going. I'll repeat. From a cold bottle to the clouds, condensation keeps life going. So here like we'll be discussing like certain concepts, like there are like questions like, for example, we do have a doubt that why do water droplets appear on the bottle when we take the water bottle from the refrigerator, right? Similarly, there are certain questions like, why do we see dew on the leaves of plants during winter? So dew is nothing but it is a water droplet which is settling on the grass, or it could be the leaf of the plants. Okay. And why do water droplets appear on glass windows during winter? So you might be observing that during the our glass windows will be there in our homes, right? So when you just wipe your finger on the inside of the glass window, what happens? You feel something is wet on the glass, right? In the inside the room I am talking about. So during the winters, the temperatures will be very cooler, right? Or cold conditions will be there during the winters. So what is the mechanism or what are the reasons? So let us know one by one. So coming to the why do water droplets appear on a cold bottle? So what we are doing here is that we notice water droplets which are settling on the outer surface of the water bottle. It could be any bottle, like if it is a plastic bottle or a glass bottle, whatever it might be. So what we do notice is, here you can observe in the figure, there is certain water droplets which are noticed on the water bottle immediately when you remove the water bottle from the refrigerator, okay, or if you keep the water bottle in the ice conditions. So here you can observe that water droplets are settled on the water bottle. So what could be the reason is that when a cold water bottle is taken out of a refrigerator, what happens is its surface is much colder than the surrounding air. So here imagine that the water bottle is here, right? So immediately you have taken out the water bottle from the refrigerator. So when you take out, like say suppose if I am holding the water bottle, what happens is there is air around here, right? So there is air surrounding me. So when the air surrounding the water bottle, so the air which is surrounding is which is little warmer and moist. Okay, so warm air is present around the water bottle surroundings, but the cooler conditions of the water bottle are freezing the surrounding air, whatever is there, or occupying the surroundings of the water bottle. So those air, water vapor is there, nothing but we say H2O in the form of gaseous form. So that is being converted, like the gases, that is water vapor is being converted into a liquid, that is water droplet we can say. So those droplets are simply settling on the surface of the outer surface of the water bottle. Don't think that the water is coming from inside. No, the air molecules are there, right? So whatever moisture is there, the warm and moist air, it gets freezed up or it gets cooled up and it settles on the outer surface of the water bottle. So the water vapor present in the warm air comes in contact with the cold surface and it cools down. And so there is a great role played by the process of condensation here. In terms of when you talk about the water cycle. So here condensation is an essential step in the water cycle. Along with that, what happens is there is water in the oceans. Along with that, lakes, rivers, streams, ponds, etc. So what happens is when the sun's radiations are hitting the water bodies, so they gets warmed up or heated up, and the water, it evaporates. That means the water which is in liquid, it converts into gaseous form and it rises. And it rises and moves into the atmosphere, and finally it will be turned into water vapor. So as it rises, finally it forms some clouds in the troposphere. So the water vapor cools and changes into tiny droplets through condensation process. So these droplets come as precipitation in various forms, like it could be rainfall, hail, sleet, etc. So when droplets become large and heavy, what happens is, because of the gravity, they just come down in the form of rainfall, nothing but different kinds of precipitation. So why do we see dew on the leaves of plants during the winters? So here you can see, you can notice a leaf here, right? So you can see the droplets here, tiny droplet. This is nothing but we call it as dew. So what happens is, during winter nights, the temperature near the ground falls. That means during the winters, what happens is, the ground surface, the top surface of the earth, that is the uppermost layer of the lithosphere, what happens is, the temperature will be very cooler. So due to the cool conditions, so this is the leaf, right? There is atmosphere here, the air is there, right? So when this air, whatever is present, it gets cooled up or freezed up, and the gaseous, that is the water in the form of gaseous, it's being converted into H2O, that is droplet of water, and it settles on the leaves of the plants, or it could be a grass. So the dew will be settled on the grass, or we can say the leaves of the plants. So why do water droplets appear on glass windows during winters? The same thing, like during winter, what happens is, you are like inside the room, right? So this is the window. Okay, so this is the window, and from outside during the winters, the night, the temperatures will be very, very cold, right? So because of the cooler conditions, the outer surface of the window gets cooled up. So whenever the air is there, right, in the inside, like inside the room, what happens is, when that air or water vapor in the gaseous form, what happens, that touches the window pane or glass, and it gets converted from the gas to liquid. That is, condensation happens over there, and we feel like when we just wipe our hands or fingers on the windows or glass windows, what we observe is, we find some wetness over there. So those water droplets are nothing but the water vapor, that is the moisture which is present inside the room, that gets settled on the inner side of the window. So that's the mechanism actually behind these all the questions what we notice here. So here in the picture you could see that why condensation matters, because everywhere condensation is like when we talk about the dew settling on the leaves, so it supports plant life, everyday occurrence also. Even when you pour the freezed water, okay, into the glass, you observe that water droplets will settle on the outer surface of the tumbler or glass. And along with that, this condensation process is very, very important for life, because it helps in the water cycle and brings fresh water to the planet for the survival. So condensation occurs when warm moist air meets a cold surface and cools down, changing into the liquid water. So condensation may be invisible, but without it there would be no clouds, no rain, and no life. So we need to appreciate every drop. It's nature's way of caring for us. So we need to save the water and save our planet and the living creatures. Thank you so much. That's it for today. We'll meet in the next class.